What's up, YouTube? This is Big Mike. You guys might have noticed that during the regular season, I really didn't talk much about Golden State's record. Toward the end, I did, last month or so. And most of the time, those videos were aimed at the fanboys who have a tendency to just get on my fucking nerves. There's nothing new since, I've been dealing with fanboys for a long time. Old Chicago Bulls fanboys who pretend to be fans of the Bulls, but they really weren't. They used to always reference Jordan scoring 63 against the New York Knicks or 55 against the Boston Celtics, which both never occurred because they never watched any of those fucking games and didn't know what the hell they're talking about. But they would argue up and down about shit that they knew nothing about. So it's ingrained in me, my deep and bitter hatred toward fanboys. The Laker fanboys of the late 90s, early 2000s, many of them were Chicago Bulls so-called fans that had defected. I follow Phil, or, all that shit. Oh, I'm following Ron Harper. Oh, okay, so you were a Bull fan because you were a fan of Ron Harper, so now that Ron Harper's on the bench, maybe the 11th guy for the Lakers, now you're a Laker fan. Okay, all right. Then, all these newfangled Heat fans that were only fans of the franchise for about 4 fucking years for some reason or so, So I hate fanboys. But going back to the Golden State Warriors, I was a little bit upset about them breaking the Bulls record, regular season record, 72. No longer exists. Only the second best record now, 73 wins. I was happy to see Kobe score 60. For once, I love to see Kobe in the highlights for a day because it overshadowed that, in my opinion, somewhat meaningless record. Because this is the real win mark that really matters. And you know what it is? This is the real wins record. 87-13. That's the real wins record, fellas. And I'll tell you why it's the real wins record. That's the most wins ever achieved by an NBA team combining regular season and postseason, set in the 1995-96 season by the Chicago Bulls. We went 72-10 in the regular season and 87-13, and 15-3 in the postseason for a combined record of 87-13 and exactly a win percentage of 87%. That's the mark that Golden State has to beat, that 87 wins. Then they can go down as the greatest team of all time because that would assure that they will win the title this year. And they have the added benefit of an extra game in the first round. So 87 wins is the mark they have to beat, in my opinion, to really say that they're the best team of all time. Because no one will give a fuck, as I said in an earlier video, if they win 73 regular season games and don't come up with a title. Ask the 2007 Patriots. And also, incidentally, I want to end this video by saying this. We already have bragging rights, Bulls fans, because throughout the 1990s, through all the championship runs, through all those championship runs, we never dropped a game in the first round, ever. Not in 91 against the Knicks, not in 92 against the Miami Heat, the series where Jordan scored 56 points, by the way. Not in 93 against the Atlanta Hawks. Not in 96 against the Miami Heat. Not in 97 against the Washington Bullets, which in my estimation, in today's league, that Washington Bullets team with George Mirasan and Juwan Howard and Chris Webber and Tracy Murray and Calvin Chaney and those guys and Rod Strickland, that team in today's basketball world would be a 55-win team at the very least. And then those who disagree with me can kiss my black ass. I know that team would not be an 8th seed in today's league. That's just further proof of how much stronger the NBA was back then. But I digress from the point. We swept that team 3-0 in the first round. And in 98 against the New Jersey Nets, at the time New Jersey, we swept them in the first round. And you, Golden State Warriors, you couldn't even fucking do that against the Houston Rockets. You couldn't even sweep them. The first seed sweeps the 8th seed. Matter of fact, in the 1990s, the entire 1990s, we only dropped one game in the first round. And I know the excuse is going to be, hey, well, Stephen Curry didn't play. Stephen Curry didn't play. That's why we dropped the game against the Houston Rockets. Well, let me tell you something. That would be a good point. But you know what? Even the Chicago Bulls in the 90s without Michael Jordan in 94, didn't drop the first round game. I believe the series was against the Cleveland Cavaliers in 94. The year we won 55 games without Michael, we didn't drop